pick it apart
Yeah.
and take every little piece and say, how can I make this mine? You
Yeah.
know?
And I mean,
Yeah.
even taking characteristics from other writers and whatever, you know, I mean, I've spent the last however many minutes we've been in this call staring at the background of my computer, and I've just, I wouldn't say I've been studying or whatever, but I mean, I've looked over this background so many times, and every time I look at it, I find something new that's like, oh, I didn't really notice he did it, and those kind of subliminal things that you can add in, those make all the world of a difference because it's just a little bit of extra detail or a little bit of a crisper line. Those things, they add up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, if you get inspired by, like, Shepard Fairey, who does the basic and all that, he started out with taking an image, but look at how well he's twisted it
Yeah, and
and
he
stuff.
went the iconic route and just blasted it over, like you were talking to SG, just over and over of the same thing, but a little bit different at some points. Because he has the straight up Andre the Giant, but then he also has, his big Obey icon face is Andre the Giant, but just almost like cleaned up and cartooned, you know?
Exactly. Like, the Andre the Giant has a posse sticker is totally different from
Yeah,
Andre the Giant
it's just
iconic.
it kind of
Yeah.
gives you it like a grit version, like really gritty and really like almost like homemade kind of, and then like the Obey icon face, that's kind of really cleaned up, but you can still see the same, I guess, artist behind it maybe just because
Right.
they do resemble each other just slightly.
And you can also see that he's trying to put a message out
Yeah.
there. Like, if you're gonna put stickers up, and they're your stickers that you're gonna put up, not other people's. Like, just think of this like you're putting your stickers up, like starting off. Make sure that what you're trying to portray a message for other people to see, because no, everybody can look at like a character and go, oh, that's cool, that's a dot, but are you portraying an image like a Bay and Banksy and
Hmm.
like so many street artists do?
Yep.
Like, if
But
you're gonna put stuff up, you better be sure that it's gonna let people know something that people are gonna remember it and think about it later and be like, I wonder what that was about.
and even when it comes down to like the message you want to do, you got to make sure it's kind of clear enough, but not right out there that you have to maybe write it down for someone. You know,
Right?
Granted, some people obviously won't understand it, and others will have a better comprehension of it, based on different things or whatever. But coming up with a clear message, if you are gonna have a message, but obviously, if you're not like street artists or whatever, and you're like a straight up letter artist, you're not gonna have a message behind, your letter structure. You know, it's kind of a different but same genre.
Right. And I'm working on sending a message out too, like, because I have my one sticker where I got shark fins all around the water and like detailed actually, and I'm just trying to figure out how to um, like get a message out there that's sort of like a bay, or
Yep.
like I have a basic that says a bay cured all my obedience problems,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, it's a simple saying, but
And kind of
there's a
small
deeper meaning to
concept,
it.
but at a large scale, people kind of see it and can relate to it, I guess.
Mine's just the guy I'm on. I don't know what y'all. I don't know what y'all talking about. Southern's like,
you
just
have the
made up like
iconic
the
image. You
symbol.
just don't
What are
really
you
have
guys
a
talking about?
you just don't have like the message behind it, I guess.
Yeah. Southern just has a pretty picture for everybody to smile and giggle at. Yeah. When somebody sees my stuff, like, oh, there's that guy. I have no idea what it is, but
Yeah.
I see it all around town.
And then
Yeah, but I
they happen
remember
upon a write up or like a little blurb about you, and then they're just like they can put the two and two together, and that's how people really get exposure with different stuff or whatever.
But that just goes to like how different writers do it for different reasons. So
Yeah, different
it's not
people's
to say that he has to have a message, or you have to have a message, or I have to have a message. It doesn't even matter. It's just, you know what? As long as you're having fun doing graffiti, then fuck it.
yeah. If you're in it for the right reasons and you're doing it, you know, with good intent and not taking other people out or whatever, go all for it.
I think once you stop doing it for yourself and start doing it to please everybody else, that's when you're just going to lose interest.
Yeah, I mean, today's video, I personally I didn't want to make a video today, so I didn't. I found some pictures, put them together, just because, you know, people want a video or whatever. I didn't feel I was gonna make a bad video if I ended up putting a video together. So I put some pictures together, made a little thing about something I had just done, and that was today's video, just because it was, what was appropriate for, my personal drive. And I wish I could almost not have made a video as a whole, just because it isn't my best work or whatever. But you know I definitely see that and whatever. You have to have that personal drive, because then it comes down to people just doing things because they get a response from others, or they get slight more exposure because they put someone else's product on their website for like sponsorship or something.
And that even comes down to like these videos that we're making. It came down to, I had an idea, no one knows me. Well, I want this idea to be broadcasted to where a whole lot of people. So I went to Sai, who I know has lots of people, and he's a cool dude. And so, the idea came in, and then SG saw it. Well, he wants to be a part of this too. So it comes into it, and it's just, I enjoy doing this. I know me and Sai have talked about this. We enjoy it. I'm sure SG is having a good time. And it's not something that's gonna stop. And I mean, obviously, the original idea was, well, we won't make these videos if you guys don't like it. But the other thing is we wouldn't make them if we weren't having a good time ourselves.
And I mean, I talk on Skype with lots of people, a lot, Mako, you a lot of the time, and that kind of stuff. I was thinking about having a discussion kind of video or just whatever, me talking, but it didn't fit. It wasn't time for it. I'd been thinking about this for the longest time after I'd seen, some other like YouTubers in different genres would have these little like get-togethers of like 5 or 6 guys that would just talk about, whatever was relevant to their channel. And I felt that could be good in theory for graffiti or whatever, but then in practice I couldn't figure out the great application of me just sitting here and talking. But then, Mako, you mentioned that you wanted to do a little talk thing with me, and I said, I was thinking of like a similar idea, and hell with it, we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, give the community a month or two and try it again.
Yeah, it's just about practice and stuff. So, I mean, let's go on and on about it.
Something else I wanted to cover. Everybody, I get this all the time. I'm pretty sure South gets it, and everybody's like, "Well, who do you think's the next thing, or who do you think's the next this person?" I mean, we got who do you think's the next time? It's us. But to me, I was like, why do you gotta be the next this person?
Yeah.
Why can't you just be yourself, do your own thing?
Yeah.
Be your own person. You ain't gotta be the next.
And I have had so many people ask me the same thing, like, what do you think I should put on my channel? And you can put videos that think you like think people might like, or you might think people find them appealing, but if you're not doing it for the right reasons or whatever, and you're trying to just be the next big name. I came into making videos because I wanted to put my art out there, and it's definitely progressed to some other caliber that I never expected. But like you were saying, the next thing is you. You just have to do it.
Right. It's not about being other people. You don't get anywhere in life trying to be like someone else. That's just the law of the way the world is. I'm sorry. I hate to burst everybody's bubble, but you're not gonna get anywhere trying to be like someone else.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, stop trying to be like me. Stop trying to be like anyone that makes another video on YouTube, because it's all been done.
Let's not be like that.
Yeah, let's let everybody unsubscribe to Sive.
Do what you won't. Do what you won't.
Yeah. It's like, don't even care about how many subscribers you have. I don't even care about how many subscribers I have. I'm just like, oh, cool, I got a new subscriber. That's literally my reaction. Sive has seen this.
Yep.
That I'm literally just like, oh, cool.
And
I don't freak out. It doesn't matter to me. It shouldn't matter to you either. Just be original. And that's what it comes down to. That's what writing is about. It's being original.
And you shouldn't look at it as, I'm gonna make another video because I have more subscribers. You should look at it as, I make these videos because I enjoy to make videos and enjoy to broadcast my content, not because I want more people to look at me.
Yeah, and then there's other people who enjoy what what I do, and
Yeah.
you know what, pleasing them and having them being happy with what I make is just a bonus.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I hate to get like really in depth about this, but I read a book and it said people care more about themselves than other people. So stop trying to be a people pleaser and start caring about yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
You read a book?
Yo, writers read books.
Okay. I don't read books. I just watch everything on TV.
There you go. The truth comes out.
Southern Graff.
That's the title of the video. I don't read books.
We don't read books.
Yeah, we just sit here and discuss random
Yeah.
things.
All right. First off, don't read history, make history. You know, that's what it's coming back to be. You know, be your own self. You know, others have done it. Don't follow in their footsteps almost, you know.
Like, don't create another world war. Come on, guys. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
That would be a really bad thing. And being like Saib is going to create another world war, so be yourself.
And I mean, realistically, how many people can make the same video before people get bored? Because I know some people, I'm subscribed to some people on YouTube or whatever, and you know, they make the same video every time they make a video. You know, I find that repetitive or whatever, so, you know, I make sure I don't do that to people when I make videos, and you know, that's just my personal philosophy, I guess, behind YouTube and being successful and, you know, appealing while having the same motivation and same drive to make those quality content over and over.
And yeah, guys, I get it. It's going to be hard. It's going to suck the first times you get started and, like, you make videos and people don't watch it. It sucks. Trust me, I hated it. But I got over it and I started caring about the fact that, hey, I'm enjoying sitting here talking to Saib and SG and just drawing stickers
Yeah.
and talking to them, you know? Like,
Doing your own thing.
Like, I'm having a good ass time talking to two guys that enjoy the same thing as me, and you know, that's all I really care about at this point.
You're not going to wake up the next day with 1,000 subscribers or automatically being good. I mean, it's going to take time because some people watch my video and watched that 3-minute video of me doing a stencil that took 3 or 4 days. And I think that some people just think, oh, I can just quickly do this. When really, it's not like that. It really takes planning way before ahead of time and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure everyone that's watching this has probably seen my, you know, big mural canvas work that I did a couple weeks ago or whatever. And, you know, it's a 4.5-minute video, but the amount of prep that went into that, you know, I had to research the stuff I wanted to use. I had to go out and physically get the canvas I wanted to. I had to prop the canvas up. You know, all this stuff went into it. You can't just go out, get a piece of canvas, grab some spray paint, and paint this mural. You know, you gotta, it takes time to even do the simplest things, you know, that you see in a video, whether it's drawing a sketch or making the stencil, you know, that took you 3 minutes to actually spray, but there was a ton of prep before it.
Right, and it's the same thing, like, if you, like, stomp down, watch their videos, like, they spray out everything. Well, let me tell you, you can go on their Flickr, and they will have it all drawn down on a piece of paper that you will see up in a video at some point.
You know, I saw a flick of Q's photo stream today, and, you know, it was a Craver little, like, I'm not sure if it was even considered a piece, but he had tried, like, a 3D style, and it was from, like, 2003. So it was almost 8 years ago, and, you know, it was like it really shows that he has progressed a ton because, you know, it was this, I wouldn't call it trash or whatever, you know, it was definitely a lot worse than his current work, but, you know, you can visibly see that, you know, his progression has come so far over, you know, those 8 years or whatever.
Right, and that's just something you gotta work on yourself, is building that confidence.
Yep.
I mean, you guys honestly want to know, like, no one's gonna hate you for being bad. Who cares what someone else says? Like, if someone calls you a toy, so what? It's one word. You want to know something, when they started out writing, they were a toy too.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. But if you're doing it for a long time and you have no visible progression